All right, guys, so today we're out here exploring Fort Worth, Texas. The last time we were in the area in Dallas a couple years ago, we just drove through here on a ghost tour, and we've been excited to come back ever since. So today we're gonna go see the bulls?
Longhorns.
Longhorns move from one area to another like they used to do, and that's the big thing here. But we just figured out what we're gonna do because we have an hour to kill. And the sign here says
it all. World's largest honky tonk.
Yeah, so I think we'll head over there and see what we can do to kill an hour.
All right, the honky tonk was a bust.
It is only 2 o'clock on a Sunday.
Well, I know, but it still felt like a big tourist trap, you know? I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, I know. But it's a holiday weekend. I figured we'd have more people there in the afternoon at least, but we didn't. So we grabbed a beer, way overpriced, walked around. And I mean, I would imagine at night that place would be really cool. They have real bull riding, they have the fake bull riding, they have, you know, pool and games and a huge dance floor, and it's like just a giant facility. So that's why it's obviously the largest. But yeah, during the day, kind of a bust.
Yeah, you usually don't want your lights on in a honky tonk, you know. It's not showing you what you want to see.
You don't want the lights on?
No.
Yeah, exactly. But we are now heading down to the main street here in the Stockyards, and we already see some longhorns that are out and about. So, not something you see every day.
No. So we just saw the cattle drive, which was really cool. I couldn't hear the person who was introducing the cattle drive and introducing the rules. He had a megaphone, but unfortunately, when he turned this way, you could not hear what he was saying at all. So one side of the street was getting half of the history of the cattle drive, and the other half of the street was getting the other half. Yeah, so you definitely need to know someone over there to get the full story.
Yeah, you have to exchange afterwards.
But overall, it was really neat. I do know that there was one cowboy in the front, one on each side, kind of keeping the cattle
in their line,
and one in the back. And apparently the back was the worst job because it was the smelliest job.
Yes.
So that was for the rookies. The cattle are very, very close. Like, make you kind of nervous close with their huge horns.
Yes.
There was one probably from here to about there away, and the cowboy was kind of nudging him more into the middle. But
yeah, they said that they like to roam and check out the people, which they actually seem like. You would think a longhorn, because you see their huge horns, you would think that they're more aggressive or something like that. I don't know, I guess in my head I just thought that. However, they're very docile, and they kind of just like
meandered around, and I mean, trying to balance those horns. The one in the front, I believe that must be the one that he said had the largest spread. He said they had one cattle that had an 8.5-foot spread between its horns, and then they had another cattle that was 2,500 pounds. So that was cool. Although the average weight, I guess, of a cattle is 1,500 pounds.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
In terms of things we've seen, I would say it's absolutely worth it to see it. It's over relatively quickly, and here's a pro tip. So they drive the cattle down the main stockyard road, and when they close the road at the end, they'll come from the top down.
Yes.
When they close the road, you can actually stand there, and so if you want like a really good view, you can stand in the road where they close it, and you'll get like the cattle will be coming straight at you.
Yeah, and then you get to watch them turn. So pro tip for sure if you're gonna come here. That is the best viewing area in our opinion, and we didn't notice it until we already got our spot, and then we looked down and we're like, oh, that would be the prime place to be. But anyway, sorry if it's loud. It is very loud down here. It's very hard to vlog, so we actually went off like a couple blocks to try and find this vlogging spot, but we are heading back. We want to check out a couple more of the touristy places, maybe another bar or two.
So we finished exploring the downtown Stockyards area, and it was really cool. We did find a bar called the Basement Bar, which looked intriguing to us because it said it was the world's smallest honky tonk. And since we had already been in the world's biggest and we weren't impressed, we thought, let's go check out the smallest. And it is definitely more our style, which is...
It's very dark. It's underground.
Yep.
And not a lot of people there. So, you know, we just like to drink in our dark little hole.
And the alcohol is a little bit cheaper, which is always a plus.
Yes.
But Ray tried to order a ranch water, which if you don't know what a ranch water is, it's pretty much a Texas seltzer, but it is with like agave and tequila. So it's not like a White Claw where it's like a flavored seltzer water. It's like...
Yeah, but it's still like, I never really considered them like a hard alcohol drink either.
No.
You know, because when you put those in cans, they're never as strong as they normally are in the bar.
Right.
However, I have been buying these ranch waters that come in cans since we've been in Texas, and they've been good. So I saw a couple throughout. Oh, by the way, you're allowed to drink. They have an open liquor law down here from the few blocks north of the Stockyard and then a few blocks south. So
which,
you have...
If you know anything about us, you know we're very big fans of walking and drinking.
Yes. When you have open liquor laws in your city, we will be there. But anyway, so I don't even remember what I was saying.
Ranch
waters.
waters.
The ranch water. Okay. Everything's gonna click for you in a minute here. So... I ordered a ranch water, or actually I asked. I said, do you have any ranch water? And she said, not in cans, but I can make you one. And she must have just, because I just looked at her and then she looked at me and then she said, have you had a ranch water drink not in a can? And I said, I feel like I should be embarrassed, but no. And she was like, oh no, it's like a mixed drink. And then they turned it into a canned drink, and that's like how it became popular. She's like, but the origin is a mixed drink. And I was like, okay, yes, let's do it. I had one, you guys, and I
am definitely feeling a little tipsy. Anyway, that's where we're at. Jason did not indulge because he is driving, but I am having a great time.
I'm living vicariously through Ray.
All right. So we are going to go see the other downtown area?
Yeah, so this is the Stockyard, and it is the most famous part of Fort Worth, but there is this interesting water statue that we've heard about, and so let's go check that out.
Yes.
Alright, so that's the Fort Worth Water Gardens. I think it is absolutely worth a visit. Very, very interesting. I like how every area is different and exciting in its own way.
Yeah, you can tell that this is actually just a place where probably locals come to hang out too. There's a lot of families here just letting the kids blow off some steam, play in the water, run around on, this huge grass area. And yeah, it's just very interesting. Be sure to read the signs. I feel like not a lot of people here are doing that. Maybe that's because they're locals, but you kind of get a sense for what each water area was meant to be, or the feelings and thoughts it was supposed to provoke. So I thought that was really cool.
What was your favorite?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I guess the quiet pools.
The quiet pools?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was definitely the aerated water. It was loud and all over the place. I liked it.
Yes, I think that says a little something about our personalities. All right, so we are heading out today, but before we do that, I wanted to show you, or just talk about this campground a little bit, because I know a lot of you are Thousand Trails members. So we're staying in Bay Landing, Thousand Trails, which is an hour away from downtown Fort Worth. So we didn't stay here because we were going to be tourists. We knew we were going to have that drive-in, and we knew we were only going to go to Fort Worth for one day. We really wanted to use this place to just have free camping, and then
it was a holiday weekend as well.
Yes, and we needed a place to stay over the holiday weekend, and we were kind of booking last minute. What'd you say? We booked this like maybe 2 weeks before Memorial Day weekend. Yes, and we still got in. So anyway, this park is a little bit out of the way, and we learned when we got here that they do not have a lot of full hookup sites.
Yeah, they said there was like there could potentially be some 30 amp full hookup sites.
Right.
Which aren't next to the lake, or
right.
There's 50 amp with water and electric. And so we had to go through the thought process of, what do we choose? And since we're in Texas and it is late spring, almost summer, we decided on 50 amp so we can comfortably run both of our ACs and not have to worry about it. Yeah,
I mean, we're fine on 30 amp, but for us, we picked 50 amp over sewer, which is fine. So that's just a heads up if you're coming here though, because mentally we thought we were just gonna have full hookups, but it's a mental shift you have to make too when you do that, because then you have to go into like water conservation mode and just be a little more mindful. This park is nice. There's a lot of green grass. My allergies aren't loving it, but visually I'm loving it. Lots of trees, everything's in bloom. There's wildflowers everywhere. There's deer here. I think I saw an otter or a beaver. I can't tell which one it was, but when I took a walk one day, I sat at the bench and looked out the little fishing pond they have here, and like this little critter swam by. It was so cute.
Yeah.
So
lots of little hiking trail areas.
Yeah.
And so I overall like this park.
yeah, and the sites, I think my favorite thing is that the majority of the sites are really, really big. So you get like a really big grass area. Like just directly behind us is a lot of their back-in sites. You could pull in if there was no one there, but you back in like bumper to bumper all the way down, and then the whole rim of the park is back-in sites. And some of those have huge grass fields. So we just picked a back-in site and had a lot of space, and they're so long.
They're like 80 to 100 feet long. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, someone not only pulled in their giant fifth wheel, but then like parked like 4 cars in front of it and still had room. So the sites are some of the biggest I've ever seen here, which is really nice. Yeah, so that's a big pro. And we're at the dump station right now, actually, just finishing up the last of what we need to do, the not so glamorous side of RVing, and then we're gonna hit the road. And we are finally taking off on our, I don't really know what to call it. I guess it's like summer adventures, but it's also a little speed round. We're going to go up through those central states that we've kind of just been looping around forever.
Or passed through.
Yeah, and we don't count them as a visit if we don't stay the night. Or even if we stay one night in Walmart, we still don't really count that as a visit.
No, it's more of like going there intentionally and exploring something.
Yeah. So we are now, today we'll be crossing over into a new state, which I feel like we haven't been able to say that in a very long time. We've been revisiting a lot of states we've already been to. So we're going to Oklahoma, and then, what is it? Missouri?
We're doing
Iowa.
Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas.
That's right.
Nebraska.
That's right.
Iowa.
Yes. And then we're still trying to figure out, we have a gap. We are taking a little vacation later this summer, which will be really nice, but then we have a gap before that we'll probably go visit the Mortons again up in the UP. We're not quite sure. We haven't figured it out. No promises just yet, but we're excited about the summer, and we're excited to start checking off some states that we haven't been to. And then the end of this year, we're doing fall in New England. And so our whole goal this year is to finish the lower 48, and that's really what it is, those central states and then the whole New England area. So should be getting through a lot of states this year.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think we're almost empty here, so I'll call it a day. I'll call it a vlog. We'll end it out. But I'm really excited to share these next few states with you guys and the rest of this year with you guys. I feel like we've been working so hard at the beginning of the year, and now we're finally hitting into like our fun play phase, and we're bringing you along. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to join our Getaway gang. We'll see you next time. Bye guys.
You're so funny.
Why? No, come on, do what you're doing. Come on, what was this gonna be more Blair Witchy? Oh my god.
You don't have to be in the middle.
I do have to be exactly in the middle. You start. That ranch water is stronger than I thought. I'm just gonna say that.
We saw the world's smallest honky tonk called
I don't even know what it was actually
the
called.
basement bar.
Oh, okay.
All right, we were walking around and we saw
Actually,
higher. So we finished walk. Look at the camera, please.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, this park is my brain broke again.